Creative 7 got your first TV placement on ABC. Hold them up a minute.
Oh, we got to run it back with that one.
Bruh. Boy, hold it down. Hey, shout out to you.
That's right, boy. Hold it down.
Hold it down, POP.
That's what's up, man. I look out for your joint on Modern Family.
Hey, y'all, everybody hit them hearts for Young Creative 7. See, that's what we talking about, man.
Making it happen, man. Look
Kids growing up, man. They just grow up so quick, man. Man, it was just like yesterday that he was just on the podcast, man.
I was about to say.
You know what I mean? They grow up so fast.
I was worried the boy couldn't catch a ball or sneak properly enough, but he made some moves. Congratulations, Pepper.
Hey, see?
This drink's for you.
Salute. So, you know, the other day you was talking about the Google and the sounds?
Yeah.
They get into the sound game? Did you see Google's homepage the other day?
Yeah, the step sequence of jump.
Dog, I was in there lit, dog. I wasted about a good 30, 40 minutes.
I seen you.
making the most hippie, weird beats. But it was fun. It was great.
So, is that just something they did for the day?
But then they also, I put in dope this week, they had the sound combinator.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so you could take like a harp and mix it with a clarinet, and then you could use a keyboard.
I'm telling you, Google is about watching like 5-10 years. They're about to get in the music game so strong. It's gonna be in your life, like how Facebook and all that stuff is just like part of your integrated life. Watch Google do that with music.
I feel like Google and Amazon are gonna team together and rule the world.
Yeah, they're gonna buy everything.
Cause you seen Amazon, you know they got Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Now they have the Amazon wardrobe. So you can pick clothes, dog. They send you a box. Whatever you don't want, you just send it back. And they give you, like, group rates on buying the wardrobe.
Like for family?
Well, no, like, say you want to just try on a bunch of shit.
Oh, shit.
Instead of going to the mall, you just pick a bunch of stuff. They send it to you, and then whatever you like, you just send it back.
That's like, the subscription services do that. So Amazon is just like...
Now, they're just like, yo, we about to get y'all everything.
Whatever. TV, I tell you who they... it's going to be hard for them to take over.
Who?
Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be tough, and you can tell they wanna get into that market.
Yeah,
but Netflix is a little too strong in that market.
I only watched one show on Amazon Prime. That was called Mad Dogs with the dude from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh,
the black guy was like, we rep the same smart tech. Him, it's a wild show, but they canceled it, so it's only one season, so it's wiggity.
That's why I never got Prime. And we're gonna get to these questions in.
Yeah,
I know it might be some questions there, but that's why I never got Prime because, and you've been telling me about that for forever, and I'm like, all right. Other than the Next Day and all that stuff, they got the movies and the music, and I'm like, I don't want none of that.
Yeah, I just use it for the Next Day, to be honest.
Yeah, and they got the food joint, but I'm like, I already use like third-party things for all of those things.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, I don't go to the grocery store no more.
Well, maybe when Amazon buys my soul in the next couple of years, I'll have no choice.
You know what I mean? Amazon publishing deals.
Yep.
Amazon Row.
I'm gonna be like, what's up, everybody? This is the Sound Crew. Brought to you by Amazon.
Sponsored.
Sponsored by Amazon and Carl's Jr. and the Arby's. We have the meats.
Late Blooms. Blooms McGee. You thought I forgot. Doctor Strange, what up, man?
Yes, indeed.
Google will run the U.S. economy.
Yep, that too.
Yeah, that word. Eventually, they have more data about us than, which is very powerful.
Well, see, that's true, and that's why when people when things come out and people are like, "Oh, I don't want to put my password in there," or like when people was tripping about the thumbprints and the Hey Siri and all that stuff. Oh yeah,
that's me. That's me.
Yeah, so all that stuff, I'm like, man, they already got it all. Like,
that's what kind of where I'm at now.
If you have Google or Facebook or Instagram, they got it. Every time you take them, like people that take IQ tests and all that, that's just marketing to squeeze you into a smaller demographic so they can market to you more effectively. So yeah, so don't fear technology now. They already got everything they need for you.
And last conspiracy. So I think this might be a hot take. I think they figured out how, if you go to Amazon and then you go to Facebook and you see the ads for whatever you just looked at.
Yeah.
I think they figured it out for TV, like commercials. Because I've been seeing I've been seeing commercials about stuff that I just look up and I ain't never seen these commercials.
Now, this is like regular cable channels?
Or like smart TV. Like, so when I use that joint, I start getting these weird commercials, and I feel like they're reading off of my IP.
You got a commercial for UnQuantized podcast on your TV.
I'm like, the producer kid, this is my track. I'm seeing my own ass like, wait a minute.
You've been a victim of retargeting.
TNZ Music, what up, man?
What's happening?
When producing, do you think more linear or horizontal? And I definitely get what you're saying, bro. That's a very good question. It's a little both.
Well, actually, hold on now, because those are the same thing.
Well, I think he means, I get what you said, but I think he means, do you think more up and down or like across?
So horizontal.
Do you stack, or do you think more in the long run?
I'm a stacker.
See, I am too, but now I've grown to, I try to stack and then arrange for the build.
There you go. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I gave somebody that advice the other day in a consultation. I was like, yeah, because his thing was I stack and I just have the loop. You have
right.
it. And I'm like, yeah, well, he's like, I put too much stuff. I'm like, well, keep putting all the stuff that you want and then just
separate it out.
Now you got more to build a more interesting arrangement.
Because maybe it was you or Jay a long time ago was telling me about the science of like hearing, and like you only can really hear 3 or 4 sounds at a time when you're hearing a song.
It sounds like something I would have talked about, but that might have been a Jay thing.
Yeah, it was one of y'all, and y'all were telling me about your brain can only really pick up a certain amount of sounds at one time. After that, it kind of gets lost. It's filler.
Yep.
So I mean, I think if you think about that concept with spreading stuff out and making this part's gonna build up more, and I'm gonna take away here, then it makes it more interesting.
Nice.
So I guess I think of music like a roller coaster, not necessarily up or down or left or right.
Just yeah.
It's
a lot here, a little here, maybe medium.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going down the line. That's speaking from arrangement though, but of course when it comes to production, you already know.
Oh, Stack City. Pringles.
Yeah. Straight Pringles cakes.
Pringles, you know what I mean? Rain Man, what up? Street shit. Your name is not Street Scores. I refuse to call you that.
Yeah.
You are street shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amazon, would be nice if they stopped calling us on our off days or on days off.
Shit, Amazon calls you?
Oh, you work at Amazon, bro? You got the plug?
They call you?
Damn.
The Amazon don't call me.
Yeah, they don't call me. You the plug like that, dog?
John also calls me, but not Amazon.
Masada, what up, man?
Masada.
If I move my Ableton pack to external hard drive, would it mess stuff up? Excuse me.
No. Nope, not at all. And I'm assuming he means his library.
Yeah.
He said pack. Yeah, you could just. The best thing to do is don't move your library. Just copy it to the new location. Just tell Ableton. What you say?
Yeah, and then just point it.
Yeah. Just point Ableton to the right direction, and then you'll be good. Then you could go back and delete the first joint if you want.
Holiday season.
I make backup copies of my library like every day, just in case it goes out. I can just point it to one of the other joints.
Every once in a while, I get my library crash, and I gotta like restart like 2 or 3 times, and then it just kind of work.
That used to happen to me.
Yeah, every once in a while I get it, but it's rare. Okay, what I like seeing everybody talk amongst themselves.
Nice. Is it easy though?
Is it easy to make your own sounds on Machine Studio?
Hell yeah. It's really easy. Because they have a drum synth built in where you could just make kicks, you can make snares, hi-hats, and percussion. People don't use it though. And it's limited. It's a little primitive. But for building blocks of how to make shit,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope. When I made the library for the trigger finger, I used that.
Oh, and I know this is random tech. This is production related, but kind of not. This is a charger, bro.
What?
It's an iPhone charger. Cause I always be in a studio, dog, and nobody has a charger, and it irks me. And my phone be dying. So I bought this. It's like $20.
I gotta get one.
Yeah.
I was waiting on the knot. Remember they were talking about the knot?
Oh yeah.
That's what I was waiting on. That, but it never came. The company actually folded, I think. Yeah. So that's dope.
Yeah.
I gotta get some details about that.
Got you, my brother. Shout out to the Hypnotist, man. I see y'all.
The Hypnotist.
What's your favorite glitch VST? I use Looperators though.
That's dope. Effectrix is
Classic.
still dope.
Nah, I still use Effectrix to this day.
People don't use Effectrix anymore.
Boy,
That and Gross beat. Everybody on gross beat.
I still haven't got the gross beat experience.
I got it. I don't use it that much, but when I do use it, comes through in the clutch.
I feel like it's like a trap essential.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. If you make a trap music, you need gross beat. If you can get it. If you're a PC guy.
High place trance music player.
Okay.
All right, cool,
Awesome.
cool. Do your thing, Shotter.
Thanks so much, guys. No problem. Thank you.
Yo, them 808s you were making the other morning. We need that pack, boy.
That pack is on the way, boy.
Secure the bag.
June 30th. It is coming.
Hey.
Boom. To you. Cassette drums, bunch of crazy 808s and
Crazy.
Just if you're looking for clean, this ain't for you.
Yeah, these are real.
It's some subtle clean ones in there, but for the most part, it's just chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good chaos.
Yeah.
Real thumpy, you know what I mean? Real, the warmth.
Chuck, as they say.
Yeah. The Chuck Rose, no Charlie Sheen.
So wait, in other news, I think somebody heard you talking last week because you said you don't think you'd like to hear another Jay-Z album. And guess what's coming?
Well, I'm happy. The caveat. No ID.
Yes.
I heard no ID. I was like, yes, okay, I'll take it.
Right.
If it would have been anybody else, I would have been like, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I thought about that when I read it. I was like, this is
Yeah.
But I thought I had the same fear. Like I don't really want to hear him on new stuff. But then it's like exclusively produced by No ID. I'm like, oh, we out here now. I can't wait. And it comes out on June 30th, same day as the pack.
Hey.
Bow.
Looper Vandross.
Nice. I like that one.
Should I get my own publisher through BMI along with songwriter? Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? I have my own publishing.
I do too.
Yeah.
Self-published.
I still don't, to be honest, I still don't exactly understand why you do all that. I just know everybody else I know have one. And I just got one.
Me too. I'm like, I don't think I don't aggressively go after the placements like that. And I'm thinking like maybe if it was like an aggressive day in and day out, that was the main thing.
Then you need that.
Yeah, it's cool to have a publisher and all that, but for me, self-publishing has been awesome. And you don't split that with nobody.
FitX.
You keep your money.
Do you believe that Machine Studio has dated sounds?
Honestly, no. Because they come out with new packs all the time. But if you're talking about what it comes with, I couldn't tell you. I don't use stock sounds. Yeah, I think I browsed through them on day one, and I was like, okay, that's what it comes with. But I use my own sounds, so.
Facts. What's a good alternative for sound design if you don't own a machine?
Whatever you got. You can do sound design in anything. Your DAW, whatever DAW you're using, whatever different VSTs. Like, this honestly doesn't, besides the drum synth, it doesn't do anything special for sound design. It's just easy to manipulate and to sample stuff, and if I want to get to my envelopes real quick to trim and release it, it's just a lot faster there than it is in a lot of things. But don't get it twisted. This isn't going to help you make better sounds, and you can make the same sounds, and I'm pretty sure whatever you're using, without me even knowing what you have.
Facts.
Yep.
Young IDK Music, what up, man? Shout out to the homie IDK, you know what I mean? New blog on the way, you know what I mean? Dope.
He got another fire blog coming up?
Yeah, I got to read part of it. I didn't get to sit down and read all of it, but what I read so far, I was like, okay.
Nice.
Young focus group member, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some people you don't have to worry about.
Hey,
I think, speaking of which,
shout out to the young.
Hey, my man Mitchell, the innovator. My man Inno is in here, you know? And speaking of fire blogs, he just sent me a fire blog today that will be coming out very soon.
Facts.
And it's going to be awesome. So
It's the
shout out to
Inno.
Inno.
That should be a tag, you know.
It's the Inno. Just stop right there. I like that. You should do that.
Hey, there you go. I just need 35% of your publishing for that idea. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
One of the classes starting
Soon.
Yeah.
We were scheduling that out the other day.
Yeah, we just trying to make sure they're great. I don't want to do nothing half-assed.
Yeah. And we keep learning new stuff every day that we could tell y'all about. So
we definitely had some experiences that kind of shifted our thoughts on how we do business.
for the better.
Yeah. Y'all have experience with Bluetooth controllers. How's the latency?
The latency is non-existent, which blows my mind. I figured, the first wave of MIDI over Bluetooth, even though it's been around for a while, now it's like becoming a real thing. But there's like no latency, dude. It's like you got it plugged up. Awesome.
Facts. Machine sounds are getting dated, but it's best to check out the expansion packs. I can see that.
Yeah, they come out with packs on them. Shit, it seemed like on a daily, and Capson got a few.
Oh, dope.
And it sounds dope.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shout out to the homie Young Capson.
Yes, indeed. Look forward to some collaborations between us and Capson. That should be awesome.
Where Rabbit Roddy at? You know what I mean?
Right.
Rabbit is the one that wanted to make the play.
Yeah, he is. He the first one that's like, yo,
y'all should do a kid.
He said that on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And we like,
okay.
Yeah, all right, great idea.
Sure.
So yeah, we down. We had the conversations. We had the conversations with Cap, and we started the ball rolling. So this is gonna happen for sure.
Hey. Just Blaze performing in Brooklyn today.
Dope.
7 p.m. Should be dope. Just Blaze is a good DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I always enjoy his sets. So
he'll be playing Mad Mobb Deep, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Prodigy.
Man,
that was crazy.
No, you were like TMZ, bro. Cause I found out from you.
A lot of people hit me and was like, yo, you were the first one. And I ain't gonna lie, it had been up. By the time I posted it, it had only been up for 7 minutes.
Yeah, I logged on Twitter and that was the first thing I said. And I said, no. I was in the car like, no, can't be real.
Right. Man, shout out to my cousin that I grew up with, like my brother. Not into music at all. I mean, he's into music as a listener, but he's not a music guy. He hit me up like, yo, you heard about Prodigy? I'm like, what? I was like, don't tell me, because I know he had symptoms or whatever. I'm like, don't tell me he died. He's like, yeah, he died. So, of course, immediately I'm like, damn, that's sad. I'll go find my Prodigy picture. I gotta say what I gotta say. And I look, and I'm looking through Instagram, I'm like,
ain't nobody talking about it.
Nobody talking about Prodigy? What's wrong with y'all? Then I went to Google. I had already went to Google to confirm it, but I didn't check the times, and they were like, 7 minutes ago. I'm like, okay. I was the first responder.
You were like TMZ with the Michael Jackson joint. You were like the first on the scene, bro, with the breaking news.
I was, man, but yeah, that was fucked up. I'm a huge Mobb Deep fan. Like,
what's your favorite Prodigy, like just off top Mobb Deep Prodigy record?
What was that one? My favorite, like, rare one that wasn't a single, it was, I don't know the name of the song. It was like, don't ever go see a bitch. It was the story about how he wrecked the shit. Yo,
I know what you're talking about.
That shit was amazing. I had that shit in my head all day yesterday.
My joint is hold you down.
Yeah, now that's gonna be
classic,
one
bro.
That one and Keep It Thorough are the ones that everybody's been playing.
Classic.
Yeah, I like the I've been listening to them since Juvenile Hell though. This is that first album when they were like 14 years old, 13 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know how old I was. I was younger than them, but I was just like, yo, they crazy.
Right.
And I've been listening to them ever since then.
It's crazy, man, because that's like hip hop. When I think of like,
that's real hip hop.
That's what it is. So it's it sucks, man. It feel like we losing a bunch of our heroes.
Well, you gotta think this is the first time like because hip hop is young, in comparison to a lot of music.
Exactly,
it's the first time we've had veterans be able to get to an age where people start dying. Now, of course, they were the pioneers,
right?
But that was such a small group, and it was so new. It wasn't this audience of social media,
right?
But now, like the cream of the crop, when you talk about hip hop, they're getting of that age where shit can just start happening. Probably just early, but as time goes on, you'll hear about more and more.
That shit is crazy.
And it's just something. But it'll become regular after a while. Like rock and roll, that people's dying all the time.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah, I feel like in the hip hop community we take it hard. Like Prodigy, even with Michael Jackson. I remember where I was at when Michael Jackson died. I remember exactly. I was in a studio session with Kessia.
Yeah.
And Rob, Lewis Rock, and Kessie was just in the studio crying, and we had to stop the session. We just sat there and just like listened to a bunch of Michael Jackson. It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I was about to say the most fucked up thing, but it's not fucked up, but it's true. That was one of the best days of my life. Not because he died. That made it super sad. Right. But the fact that it happened and where I was, and I met I kind of like started my career like for real on that day, and I met so many people that day because they all came to the studio to do a song for Michael Jackson. And I told you that was my first time in LA.
Oh, that's crazy.
And as soon as he died, I just got to the studio. He had just died, and the streets was crazy. And I walk in, the Game was there, Chris Brown was there, just everybody just came in. It's my first time out there. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Right. So it's a sad situation, but some good came out of it.
It was just surreal because of where I was without the event happening. But the fact that it's the day that Michael Jackson died, you can't wrap your mind around the fact that he was dead. It was just a wild day.
Crazy, man. R.I.P. to the king of pop and R.I.P. to young Prodigy, man.
Man, for sure. For sure.
What's up with that pack you were working on yesterday, Oracle?
It's coming out on the 30th, brother. On June 30th. It's called Cassette Drums. And it's brought to you by Broken Cassette Decks like that one right there.
AKA Young Roast. AKA the Slow Roast.
That is the slow roaster right there.
I seen that red hitting. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you see.
Cause see, that's why I like analog too.
Yeah, you get them.
You could push analog. Digital, that jump would sound like crap if you was doing that.
You know what's funny? The feeling that you get when you see the red on analog. You're like, ooh. You see that same clip on digital.
You get like, scared. You're like, oh no, turn it down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mama don't.
Oracle and Triz La, what's up? Love y'all massively.
Hey, appreciate you. Love you massively as well.
Love you serumly and omnispherely. You see?
Yeah. You deserve that one, bro.
What inspired you guys to do this podcast? That is a good question, Spencer D.
I think it was.
It's like a lot of chain of events. They just kind of.
Yeah. The main thing was we talked about it before, but then Instagram introduced live.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh, it'd be cool to
do a live.
Yeah. And then we're like, oh, this would be cool if it was a podcast. And
because we always, that's been like our thing. Is before even we started doing the podcast, we would always send each other podcasts and talk about different podcasts.
We were really into that life.
Yeah, so it's not like it was something we just like, oh, we're gonna do it. Like we were already kind of into podcasts.
Yep.
And then we were like, oh, let's try it one day. And then it was like a bunch of people in there and people were interested.
Yeah, and it actually worked. And I remember the first 4 episodes we were like asking people what y'all want to talk about, what do you want to name it, and
here we are.
All that good stuff. Yep. Here we go.
Should you be self-publisher with BMI along with composer for a producer? Sure.
Yeah, well, the thing about that, it sounds like 2 separate things. One is just your performing rights agency that tracks your money. The other thing is just what it is. Being a composer for a producer, that sounds like a work for hire or a job. And whatever you do with that producer, if you are getting cut in on the publishing, then that's when your BMI comes in. Register with them.
This man is a genius. Hey.
Who that there?
One of us is a genius. I'll take it.
I don't know. You got on a genius shirt.
I was feeling real festive with my my shirts today.
Nice.
Slowest BPM you ever produced?
47.
Yeah, I got a couple like 45 records, but I don't really. I try to keep it bouncing in there because it's so.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting ways you can finesse a slower tempo, because you got more time to do more if you think in slower terms. But some people can't do that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, a 50 is just 100 to me.
Yeah, I hate that, bro. I'm not that person that makes like. I hate when people send me a beat and it's like 140. No, it's 70, dog. 70.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm a halftime guy.
Yeah, I gotta have my joints. Cause I make my 130s is like 130s. Right. I think house music.
Yeah,
I think
130s.
Yeah,
rocking. But yeah, when I'm in the studio with some people, I'm like, and you know now you can link up. I'm like, well, I see you over there with the 130, but I need you to hit 65 because you're making stuff. My stuff is prepped already. So when I'm hitting buttons on your 130, it's gonna sound right. Yeah. So yeah, special accommodations for the Oracle in the studio. Halftime tempos only.
Johnny Tsunami was Disney. Oh yeah, that's right. Landed placement with Oracle Pack on Story Lanes. Is Story Lanes kin to Tory Lanes?
That's nice. I like that.
If so, that's a great job. But shout out.
Who's that? Young Joe French?
Yeah, Young Joey French.
Hey, French, salute to you, bro, and I'm happy to hear that. And many more to you, bro. Hey, Corey Lanes is next. Just gonna get them all, bro.
Story lanes. That sounds like where you go, like a library.
Yeah.
No idea on the production. Damn, I like that. Facts.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, though. Next time I talk to him, I'm gonna have to, you don't have to call me, though. I ain't had nothing for you.
Right.
Shout out to No ID, man. That is super awesome.
Mr. Sandman Griffin, hold on, man. Loopy Fiasco.
Ooh.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. Kick push. Woo. Ooh. Kick push. Oh.
Hold on. Start writing these
Yeah,
joints
I'll write
down.
that one down. Hold on, man. Mr.
Some
Sandman with the gym.
Yeah.
No, that was hard.
Fiasco.
And then the dude said Looper Vandross.
Looper
there.
Vandross,
And
yeah.
what was the other one? I wrote it down.
It was one yesterday that was, the Sample L. Jackson, that was one. As y'all can tell, we are all about this nickname life. We get super excited like kids about this shit. Loopy Fiasco.
Loopy Fiasco. I like that. That might be the best one so far.
Yeah, man. And then the kick push.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's perfect. Studio One or Ableton?
Ableton. Ableton, for sure.
I saw you want to say something smart.
I was about to go there.
Right.
But nah, A1.
Pass me the Jameson Squad Up.
Hey, there you go. Hey, pour yourself a cup, man.
Out of space.
Take off your jacket. Stay for a while.
They use Ableton. FitAx.
There you go. Appreciate you, bro.
Robbie Roddy, we was talking about you earlier.
Squawk, squawk.
Best way to sell rappers beats without them getting stolen.
Stop worrying about people stealing your beats.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, not to put you down, but who are you for people to steal your beats? Not that it couldn't happen, but that's kind of... It's like being an artist, and you want everybody to see your paintings in a gallery, but you don't want to hang in a gallery because you're afraid another artist will come up and steal your drawing. You got to put stuff out there, and
right.
you got to deal with things accordingly. I call those 90s worries about beat stealing, because
Right.
in the night or early 2000s, I would hear people talk about that more, but now it's so many people making beats. Like, you just got to put your music out there. However you want to doomsday prep in your mind to avoid that happening, whether it's Pullman copyright or whatever you want to do that to give yourself peace of mind, but put your music out.
And it's crazy. I watched a documentary today called The Remix Manifesto, right? And it talks about how everything in the world is a remix, right? So even if you're basically taking somebody else's idea. Your idea of your beat, I guarantee you, is influenced by somebody else's. So you can't be mad. That's the part of art. You have to put your art out there to influence somebody else, and that's what makes art great.
So you're saying is artistic, intellectual property is not 100% yours?
Not at all. Everything they talked about Walt Disney, everything. I didn't realize how much he stole though. Like everything is stolen.
Look at how many stories, movies, and just whole series steal the Jesus story.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the most
It's a
copied.
remix, right.
Ever. If you look at Disney, Pixar, a lot of those are the Jesus story or some variation
Right.
of that. Yeah. When it comes to art, man, like
Put yourself out there.
everybody steals, but don't use tags. You can use tags. But don't put yourself in a position where fear is keeping you from achieving your goal or keeping you from being great because you're afraid that somebody is going to steal it. You should be more afraid that you'll die in obscurity.
Yeah, shoot. Because I know some people that got their stuff stolen back in the day, and it actually helped them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shit helped me before.
Yeah, shoot. Man, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of that. That's the least of your worries.
And also, I will say this. Build a platform. Build a fan base for yourself. And I know it's hard work. Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's hard work.
Right.
But build a platform for yourself so that way if somebody does steal your stuff and they're of note, you can just tell everybody that you did it anyway.
Facts. Young Marv, 1977.
Marv, what up, bro? Marv, did you get that package I sent you?
Hey. Actually, Marv, I need to hit Young Marv too. I need to send him the young Pack Boy.
Yeah, you do.
Young Sample Pacquiao.
Yeah. Young Marv bought that life, man. He's great.
Jericho Beats, what up, man? Push button.
Yep, push a button in here.
Sorry. Salute everybody. I go by D4 from VA. What are your thoughts about pub companies like Song Trust?
I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I've never heard of Song Trust.
I don't know about Song Trust. What do they do? Like, as far as pub, what do they do? Do they give deals? Do they track publishing like a BMI?
Right.
Like, how does... I don't know what they do.
But pub deals in general, I think, man, if you ain't got no placements or nothing in the pipeline, do not think about it.
Yeah.
Because it is literally a loan, and you're not going to get out unless you got stuff in the pipeline.
And this is speaking from experience from a guy that has
been in a pub deal.
Yeah. So he knows.
Right.
Yeah, he knows what's happening. Yeah, I see pub deals. You have to live a certain type of life, too. Like, having a pub deal is like working a 9 to 5. Like, you gotta work your job to get your money. Whereas being self-published is like being an entrepreneur.
Right.
We're literally, it kind of is the same thing, but yeah, you just do it all yourself. But now getting work and all that stuff, you're gonna have to do yourself.
Right.
But shit, if you got a pub deal anyway, depending on how popping you are, they're not gonna help you get work anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, you're probably not gonna get help, and they're just gonna give you a chance. Especially now, I'm sure the publishing money is definitely dwindled down because nobody's selling.
Un poquito.
Yeah, the money is not in the music, guys.
Nah, it's in the merch.
Money is, I said money. Music is advertisement. That's the way I look at it. Music is like a Facebook ad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It gets you to the person. Then after that, it's your job. So if you're a producer, I wouldn't worry about no pub deal unless if you got a Bieber song on the radio, then do your Thug Thizzle, sign get as much as you can.
Because you walk in the office, they're gonna bend over backwards.
Oh yeah,
they gonna take away the wax fruit, give you the real fruit, all that.
No, literally the day I got that Chris Brown record came out, I got emails about pub deals.
Yeah,
immediately. But it's because they see your name on there, they see you got something in the pipeline.
Yep.
Cool, so it changes the conversation. But if you ain't really got nothing going on, they're not going to, they going to $2,000.
Yeah, they're going to offer you something terrible.
$2,000 is not worth.
Some people still try. Man, I had people call me, offer me a pub deal for X amount. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
I think I was born yesterday.
If I can't have a great night in Magic City with the money y'all trying to offer me, I don't even want to think about it.
See, that's how you keep it in perspective.
You know what I mean? For real. If I can't have the whole buffet of Cheetah, they don't know about Cheetah, man.
No.
Cheetah is a 5-star restaurant. Did you know that?
No, for real?
The strip club Cheetah is a 5-star restaurant.
They got rated 5 stars?
5-star restaurant.
I never ate at Cheetah.
Nah, people go there just for the food.
Does it weird you out, like the midday people who go for lunch?
Yeah, I don't eat strip club food because I just feel like it's going to taste like baby oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something about strippers and oil and food I'm not really a fan of.
I'm not gonna lie, I ate at 2 strip clubs before, and the food was phenomenal.
That's what I hear.
What's the joint out Stone Mountain? Strokers?
Oh, yeah.
I went out there only because I was with somebody and they knew the cook and everybody that worked in the kitchen. They're like, oh, the wings are back. So I got those, and I was in LA one time. I think me and JP went somewhere to one of the crazy strip clubs, and they had amazing pasta.
Why is there so much glitter on my chicken?
You will leave full of glitter, though.
There's a lot of conversation between y'all. That's what's up.
Yeah, it is.
If I post a beat on Instagram and I hear someone steal it, can I use Instagram as a point of reference? Y'all are really worried about these beats getting stolen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like more fear than work.
Yeah.
You can, but how are you gonna use it?
And here's the thing too: if they're not making money off what they stole, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not losing anything, I had people take my beats and put their stuff on top of my beats and try to play it like, oh, all I could do is message them like, yo, I don't like that. If not, I could just flag it or keep it moving. But I'm not losing no money. You know what I mean? Just don't put my name on it. Don't hurt my brand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because you want to jump out there and do something crazy. Man, listen, don't do a whole lot of worrying about that. And if it does happen, you can take the necessary steps. But like I said, the best defense to me is putting yourself in a position where people will think twice before they do that to you. Because you have a loud enough voice to where you can just immediately out the person and they feel the effects. You know, that's just the safest way. Like, you're not going to court over it. Keep it real. So.
And I guarantee you too, if you're selling beats to rappers online, 90% of them are just stealing your beat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee they're just ripping your joint and rapping on it.
And they're giving it to their homeboys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So get used to it, brother. This is the internet. This is the Napster age. This is
you live in the
peer-to-peer.
Wild West. If somebody comes steal something out your house, you gotta go get it back.
Hey, man, you just gotta make yourself be known for what you're doing.
Yeah. Because there's no internet police.
Facts.
If something happens to you on the internet, there's nobody for you to call.
Facts.
Just get that through your mind.
I know they use Ableton. I was asking if they used Studio One and liked it over Ableton. If not, what made Ableton better?
I used Studio One before. What makes Ableton better was honestly what makes Ableton better than most things for me. It's a different way of working. It's not just a linear way of working, which is cool. But once you get into that session view, and then
I can talk about it now.
Yeah, see, now you part of the club.
Hey.
And then it's just a host of other features. Like, just watch the videos, because I'm not going to sit here and just list down 6 million of them, but it's about 6 million of them. So watch some videos about Ableton, and after you watch 5 videos, if you're not immediately like, oh my God, I got to get this, then Ableton might not be for you.
And I learned something when you were making the sounds on live stream, how you had your setup. No, even just the clip view and just dragging them over, I had never thought of it like that.
Oh, taking them from one track to another track?
It blew my mind. I was like, why didn't I think of that? It would make so much stuff way easier. I was making all these loops and stuff, dog. You know how easy that would have made it? I was like, see, this is why Black is, that's why Young Oracle is who he is.
Hey, man, but it's a thing. Once you start working with it, though, it takes a while for your mind to, like, unlock and start getting used to it. But then you start doing things like, you would have grabbed the clip and dragged it somewhere else, not knowing if you can do it or not, but your mind is just like, I'm comfortable. I trust you. Right. So you would just start dragging.
See. Do you know any good books that will help me learn sound design?
Sound design books? I think there's a book I need to write. No, not off the top.
It is a book. I mean, it's kind of out there. It's a book about Star Wars, bro. I think it's kind of expensive, maybe, but it's basically about how they made all like the sounds of the lightsabers and all that. It's interesting as fuck, though.
There's a lot of that on YouTube. I saw some stuff like that. And there's a whole book on it.
Yeah, it's a book about it. Cause I wanted to get it at one point, and then I think I forgot. Yeah, it was like one of them things. Like you like, oh, that's cool, and then it ain't cool enough for you to go get it.
You gotta get it, man. That's up there. You gotta put that on your list.
Yeah, but I think that would be actually kind of dope. I would look it up. Cause I mean, I think making those weird far out sounds will kind of, if you could figure out how to bridge those between what you make, it'll give you a different sound.
Very true.
So I think stuff like that is dope. Let's see. R.I.P. HNIC.
Hey,
Facts.
Sure.
What's good, Oracle and Triz La Flare? Roddy, what up, man? Give me one piece of equipment other than your own creativity that is a music must-have. Laptop. That's all I need.
Hey, there you have it. That's very true, though. That's very true. Just a laptop. Yeah. Raindrops. Laptops.
Smoking or cooking the hot cookies. Pot.
Yeah, I was working on my ad-libs.
Hey! Okay, sorry.
I was doing an ad-lib audition for my wife the other night. I'm like, I'm just be a professional ad-libber.
Dog, that's the only job I want, dog.
Just yell out obscenities in a cool voice.
Dog, Little John's the coolest person ever, dog. His ad-lib game is incredible.
What?
Yeah. What? Okay.
That's it. Killed it.
Shout out to Spence D. I see you play by. Spence over here being the police. I see.
What you regulating over here?
Regulators.
You know we got some moderators in here.
Yeah,
we appreciate you on the moderation.
It's deep in the chat today.
Yeah, it is.
Shook
Ones. Hey. Classic.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
I love seeing Alchemist on Vice.
It's because he be on there with action.
Dog, it's just good seeing like people just still doing it and still out here working
and growing like in other platforms. Because you think of Alchemist, you think of the ASR and Mobb Deep Beats, and now you look on your favorite cable show and your man's on there, along with Action Bronson, which is dope. Shout out to Action Bronson for jumping in music, then immediately jumping to
something else,
everything else. Yeah.
And I remember Alchemist, dog, making beats on this dirty ass MPC, smoking cigarettes, and it's just ashes all over. Like, all his beat making videos were just this old ass MPC. He rocking.
Raw.
And now, man, you see he over in overseas, Australia, fine dining. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. This is the progression.
Alchemist, man.
That's a question I would love to know the answer. What was the question, my dog?
Yeah,
I might have answered. Triz is definitely a true DJ, knows all the music.
Yeah, he does.
Facts. It's my job. Best way to sell rappers beats without... Come on, bro. I'm not answering.
Same deal. We already answered that.
Come on, man. Y'all, don't worry about getting stuff stolen. Put your stuff out there. And be great.
Yeah, listen. Last time, when it comes to music, don't hold on to it. Put it out there.
Because you're going to make more.
You gotta make more.
You
can always make more.
My philosophy is, I'm going to give it... It's going somewhere. Because I can make more.
Right.
I'm not... If you're worried about you only can make one hit beat, then that means you need to practice more. Yeah, you need to practice more.
Yeah.
When you get consistent, you can just make them. Hey, you good. Give it out there.
The problem in thievery is creativity.
Unfortunately, I was at work when MJ died. Everyone just shrugged their shoulders. Man.
Damn. Where you work at, man?
All right.
He was working at the funeral home.
That's
That's another one.
Right, Amazon.
Amazon, right. You know it's not a half day or anything.
Forget that. Mandatory overtime.
Cassette drums, yeah, big loves. I appreciate it. R.I.P. Guru. Okay. Though Guru, yeah. He was one of the first gurus a couple years ago.
Chuck Rose Ripton.
Chuck Rose Ripton. Nice.
Young Flat Green. Flat Green, we are gonna meet. I feel like Flat Green comes to the club the days that I never go. Anytime I'm just like, I have the crazy day, it'd be the day Flat Green be at the club. The days where I'm just chilling and I'm at the club,
right?
Flat Green be on the road.
I think Flat Green is like 2 blocks away from me or something.
Yeah, I feel like
yo, just get up. he be in Atlanta, but man, it's a crazy time right now.
I feel like Flat Green drive a Google car, like the Google Map car, because he be everywhere.
Yeah, he do.
I'm like, yo, why are you in so many states all the time?
You the one taking the pictures.
Question: have you ever used the drums in the machine, like the ones you hit shift and browse the machine?
No. Those are the stock sounds. I don't use those. I go to my user sounds that I made inside the machine, but I don't use the stock sounds.
Facts. Yeah. You guys were actually really polished on your first podcast. I was impressed and entertained. Facts.
Oh, right. Appreciate it. On the first one?
Man, I appreciate that.
Yo, whoa.
Man.
Wait, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if the camera was on.
Man. Hey, we appreciate it because we definitely didn't know what the hell we doing. We're just fans of podcasts.
Right. We just like to talk, hang out.
And it ain't like it's something we don't really... It's like this is what we do all day. So it's easy to talk about making beats. I can talk about this shit for weeks because...
Yeah. These podcasts are literally like a phone conversation. That
pretty
we
much.
have on any given day. So it's pretty fun.
Triz, that joint feature Chris Brown is fire, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Did I hear you drop a skirt in there? No, I wish. I wish.
Triz on them lips.
Hey, I'm gonna start doing that.
Give me my 2%.
I'm gonna pan it hard to the right, 50%. You just gonna hear skirt.
There you go.
I'm gonna do a weird one like a skirt. You got
so you know it's you, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be the tag. I was laughing so hard watching last episode on YouTube when Oracle was telling his story about buying Tupac album. How he asked the cashier, how are they?
Right.
Young Tupac.
I'm like, yo, let me get that Tupac.
I come with 2 CDs?
I'm like, son, you see the ad? This album gotta be fire. It's in all the magazines. They killing it. All the way from Japan.
Young Tupac.
In my mind, they were from Japan too. I had to pay the location and everything.
You knew it.
Tupac. I'm like, oh, a nigga from Oakland? Okay, I still check it out. Dope. One of the dopest albums I ever bought.
Young Jazz the Real. Dramatic. What up? Prince De Jour? De Jour? Okay.
You know he's a radio personality back in DC named Prince De Jour back in like 2000 or so. So every time I see his name, I'm like, is that you, man?
Right. I feel like I do remember that, hearing that name.
Yeah. It was back in 93.9 days and all that stuff.
Well Creative. What up, everybody? What up, man?
What up?
Umami with is that a merry-go-round emoji? I did not know that was a thing. Shout out to you for finding.
She going through her emoji collection, huh?
No, every day I see an emoji, I ain't even know that was a thing. Like, how did y'all get to this?
It's wild ass emojis. I encourage everybody just to examine all your emojis.
Yeah.
You'll see a couple of wild things in there.
What's good? Hey, what's good? T Major got beats. Guess what? T Major has beats.
There you go. That's direct. On the nose. On the nose.
Facts. Art 101. Everything under the sun has been done. FitX. Everything's a remix, man.
There you go. Everything's a rhyme with Big Los, but yeah.
Good artists copy, great artists steal. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all haven't, Austin Klein, Still Like an Artist. I actually, Damn Jay has my book. I lent my book to Jay, and I couldn't remember where my Austin Klein book went, and
Man.
Jay has it.
You know that joint lost in the
Yeah,
library.
it's
You know
gone.
that fool got mad books.
Yeah, I gotta buy it again. But one of my favorite books, great book
Still
about.
Like an Artist?
Yeah, it just talks about like, it's when you copy something. If you copy from one person, that's disrespectful. That's like,
Right.
but if you're copying from 4 to 5 people, you're taking bits and pieces and you're making something new. You know what I'm saying?
True. And I think it's how much you copy.
Yeah.
I like to stay more on the side of influenced
Right.
than copied.
Exactly. Like I like to hear, like I'm influenced by the Neptunes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what makes me like the Neptunes? Okay, their chords. I like their drum progression. So
Right.
that's what makes me try to do. I'm not trying to copy their exact chord progressions. I want the feel of it, not the necessary.
Like what types of chords are these?
Exactly.
How they flown? Yeah.
I'm not over here taking their same melodies and putting drums on it. No, that's whack.
That's what lazy people do.
Yeah.
When lazy people do that, they just sample you.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what-
replay it.
Yeah, that's whack. Kexter? What if I told you that Kevin Gates' Paper Chaser beat was stolen from me in 2013?
I would probably believe you. But the thing is, can you prove it?
Facts.
And if you can't prove it, how?
Yeah. I mean, dog, it's a producer who is, I wouldn't say he's decent. I ain't gonna say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they would take my beats and replay them, and it's a video of them at a beat contest playing my copies of my beats. Now, I know this dude now. Atlanta's small, so we all run the same circle. So people telling me like, yo, he copying your shit. Dog, and I go on YouTube, somebody sends it to me, he's playing a copy of my beat. Was I pissed? Hell yeah. But at the end of the day, what the hell I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep making fire shit. And it proved to me that, hey man, I'm dope. Because these motherfuckers are copying my beats, something I make in 5 minutes. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Same shit happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got here, I went to a studio. You know, I said no, the studio. I went to a studio. I was playing my beats in the damn studio. Like a lot of my beats. And they like, yeah, some dude came down here last year. They told us he made them.
Right.
And yeah, so I got that straight. He can't ever come to Atlanta anymore. But just that type of stuff may or may not happen. And most of the time, when you do, it's low budget.
Facts.
You know.
Loritz Music. What up, gentlemen? What up, man?
What's happening?
Build a platform for yourself is work, but it's worth it.
Yes,
Super
it is.
facts.
That's the thing. It's no way around it. That's the number one thing everybody in here should be doing. Whether you want a publishing deal, or whether you want to be independent, or whether you want to have a platform to tell people if your beats got stolen. The thing is, you need to be building a fan base. You need to be building an audience right now, regardless of what you want to do.
Facts. Thoughts on Taxi?
I've never used Taxi.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of companies saying like, oh, I can do this for you, when I can do the same shit from Google and emails.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really no different. They're just charging you to do the work. It's like, I feel like it's getting. No, that wasn't a good analogy. I'll skip that one for now.
Was it? Is it chopped lettuce? You know, you can buy a head of lettuce and rip it up yourself, or you can just buy it already shredded in the bag
There you go.
for $2 more.
That inbox sound threw me off. I thought that was me. I was like,
All right.
I personally use Instagram to gain an audience,
Yep.
to see the likes on my beats, just to see what type of beats I want to rap on first when I put some raps out there, and to showcase talent. Okay.
Well, I mean, Instagram is an instant survey.
Facts.
The bigger your audience, the better survey numbers you're gonna get.
That's a
You know
smart,
what I
smart approach.
Yeah.
He's surveying the land. He's finding where the demand is.
Yep.
It's
Once you
supplying.
get that reaction to certain things, you might want to turn them into bigger things.
He's supplying the demand.
Yep.
Dope. I see Playboy.
Uh-huh.
Young Triz is wise, but beyond his days.
Yes, he is.
Hey, appreciate that, man.
Yes, he is.
You know, one day I want to be somebody.
He's the smartest 12-year-old in Atlanta.
Facts. Do you guys record vocals? If so, do you record through a compressor or use a compressor after you record vocals?
I don't record vocals. Not the last time, but when I did record vocals in the studio, I used to record through a compressor.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I don't know if that was right or wrong, but I used to do it, and the songs just come out kind of fire.
Yeah, I record through a compressor. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
But
okay.
well, I was gonna say, to be honest, me recording vocals, we have a friend named Jay who is a world-class engineer who's got Grammys and all this.
Yeah.
He made this template. I have used this template still. This is the Atlanta system of recording. I feel like every engineer in Atlanta
got
records.
this template.
And I feel like it's only in Atlanta and LA. People outside of that don't record this way. Because when I show other people, they just like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Really?
Yeah, about the drag down. And,
Yeah.
some people don't record like that. And, dog, that's the same. So whatever's on that joint, that's what I use.
Dope.
Stripper food tastes like baby oil. Facts. That is true. Radio is dead to me. If I buy a performance ticket, that means you're fired me. Facts.
Yeah. Radio is radio definitely does not hold the weight that it used to hold.
It's for a certain audience, I think. And outside, I think people are now understanding that I can get whatever I want now.
Yeah. Radio to me is like music, internet when I'm in the car. Or something like that. You know, it's like real.
Mm-hmm. My dude, Oracle, I'm back in the class. How was your scalps the other day?
Hey, man. I had them scalps was, oh my God. Them
That's
scalps
bomb?
was so bomb. I've been like going through this whole scallop thing for like 2 weeks now. And yesterday was the best.
Facts. What up, Triz La Flare on Oracle? ER Beats, what up, man?
ER, what up?
Hey, ER, eventually, dog, I'm gonna get on this the PS4.
He's still trying to serve you that L, huh?
Not me. Not me.
He's like, just do it back.
Do you have tutorials on how to use your percussion loops and other loops you offer?
No, I don't. That might be something to do.
You do have live streams where you,
You're right. That is true. I do go live, and I do use my loops and other beats. So, yeah. Check me out. Just put your notifications on for when I go live, and then you'll catch stuff like that.
Facts. Question, what's that documentary called where you're talking about people using other people's sounds and influence other people's sounds since the beginning? It's called The Remix Manifesto, and it's actually on YouTube. It's free. You can just type it in. It's a good watch. They talk about it's this DJ named Girl Talk. You ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
So basically what he does is he just does these mashups where he takes like 20 songs and makes this one. So he had like an DC song with like a Uncle Luke break with will.i.am vocals on it, and it's crazy. But it's art though, and so people are saying like, oh, this is infringement, and it's not art.
Well done.
But he's making a whole dog. When you see what he does and how he does it, it's like science. He's using like Cool Edit Pro, bro. And he's like, okay, so if I add this much space, and he's just typing numbers.
See,
and he just
that's
gets
genius.
Yeah,
right there. Yeah. There should be some art laws, because a lot of times when we do artful things, they can kind of get in gray area of other people's stuff, but that's where the best stuff comes from.
Facts. Don't know how you make your sounds, but keep them coming, bro. We all appreciate your sounds.
Definitely.
Facts.
Appreciate y'all.
Great answer to my question, fellas. No, I don't do the 2030 beat. I don't remember.
We just got mad quiet right there.
Yeah. Triz and Oracle, my dudes. Hope your day going good. I'm back to come for front of class. Okay.
Hey, there you go. What's up?
What's up?
Welcome back. Like I said, take off your jacket. Stay for a while.
Do you send your beats to ASCAP, BMI, etc., or do you wait until there's vocals?
You don't send music to them.
Yeah.
Once you get a placement or whatever, you register your song with them so they can track when and where the song is played, so they can collect royalties But yeah, you don't send them the song.
Yeah, it's only for when stuff is getting played on the radio, people performing. It's to collect the money that you make from those venues. So if Beyonce's singing your song every night on tour, you get paid for that.
Right.
ASCAP is the one who collects that. They need to know you made the song. If you got, like, the record I did, the Jiu-Jitsu record, it's in the billboards now. It's going up. So I had to register that so they know to pay me this percentage. And you had to give everybody's percentage of what they did in the records. That's why people do split sheets.
Yep.
And you give their affiliations, and they pay you based off that.
So I got a question. So now, how do you handle? Because we've all been in a situation where someone's asking you the splits, and you don't know everybody else's splits.
Oh, I just try to get as close as possible, and then they're gonna dispute it, and then they'll fix it.
Exactly. That's my method too. I just put something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, here's a number that you're gonna call me about. And be like, that's not right. I'm like, great, that's what.
As long as it's close enough. As long as you get the conversation going.
Exactly. When you call me to tell me my number isn't right, I'm gonna call you to find out.
How did y'all connect and start working together?
Yo. All right. I guess I'll start talking since I already did. Funny enough, I was talking about this question before you got here. I was talking to Jay on the phone. And I'm like, I got to get ready for the show. He's like, oh, man, I probably tune in. I usually jump in there on Fridays or whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's cool because your name always comes up on the show.
Right.
Because people ask us how we met. So, with that being said, my side of the story is I met Triz through our mutual friend, Jay. Jay used to be Polow's engineer. Now he's a dope A&R. But he was Polow's engineer, and we started working with Polow around the same time. So, when I would go out to LA or whatever, before I became enough to get my own accommodations, me and Jay used to share a hotel room.
Right.
So that's how we got super cool through being in LA for years. And then I lived here, he lived here, and he was like, I got this homeboy. And I think at the time Jay might have been managing you or something like that.
Yep.
He's like, y'all got this homeboy, he just got a deal or whatever, and he needs some drums. I know you usually don't sell drums, but this my man. Jay was my man, so I'm like, cool. So yeah, I sold Triz some drums, and
Came with that checkbook.
He did come with the checkbook.
Literally, the first thing I bought when I got my publishing deal, the check cleared. I'm looking at my account. I got this money in there. I went to him.
Yeah.
First thing I bought. I didn't buy nothing else but sounds. First thing.
That is true. Triz came correct. I didn't know Triz from a hole in the wall, but he came through a good recommendation, and immediately I was like, nah. Jay was like, that's my man. I was like, okay.
Relationship.
Yeah. And he's like, yo, he good money. His money is good. I'm like, cool. He paid. But now what happened after that? How we got... I don't remember what happened after that.
I think we just kind of kept in touch. And then I think we would always kind of just talk about random stuff. And I remember I would ask you a million questions too. I was like, I'm probably getting on his nerves. Because I asked him a million questions about
But you was asking about shit that I want to know about.
Right.
And at the time, I wasn't telling anybody anything about anything. So it was cool to have somebody to talk with about shit. But immediately, like, even though you bought something from me the first time we met, like, that didn't last. It wasn't like, oh, then the second time you bought something.
Right.
It just kind of like,
we just got cool.
Turned into something else.
Yeah. And I think we started making beats and stuff too. And it was just like, oh, this is dope. This is easy.
Yeah.
And then that became, oh, we like the same shit? Oh, let me send you this podcast.
Yep.
And then it just kept going.
Yeah, that was like 2-3 years after the fact. And then, we linked on some whole other business types.
I speak to, it's a few people I speak to like consistently. Oracle's one of those people. Every week I'm going to talk to him at least a few times. We're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about what's next, what we're working on.
What we found that week that's super dope, or that day.
You got to have people you build with, man. People that kind of think like you. And Oracle's one of the few people I think we don't think alike. We think very differently, but we're on the same kind of mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're into similar things.
Exactly. And it's dope because we don't think alike. I feel like Oracle is very good at, like, I'll think of something, and I think I'm good at starting ideas and coming up with creative stuff, and Oracle figures out how to make it 20 times more complicated than what I'm not complicated, but he advances it.
Yeah, I'm like, kind of boost it up.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit, I ain't think about it. And then it goes back to me thinking of something else. And I push it a little bit. And then Oracle pushes it more.
I like to say, I always tell people, like, Triz provides the cool factor. If
Hey,
it makes shit that looks super cool, the ideas be like hella cool, and it be fleshed out. I'm just the person that you tell something to, and then in 24 hours, I can teach you a whole college class on it, and then tell you about 20 more things that you didn't tell me.
Facts. So yeah, that's how it started.
Yep.
And then we did this, and it was crazy because we were talking about podcasts. Well, one, even to go back, Oracle used to make all this cool shit. And I seen some, I swear, he still ain't showed y'all the coolest shit he got.
Not at all.
I would see this shit and I'd be like, dog, show this shit. Please, show somebody.
Yep.
And then he showed some people, and they just, it turned out.
That goes back to the famous, we always say, when I met Triz, when he told me that, I had 269 followers on Instagram. And they were all from college and high school.
Now you're at 65?
I don't know where I'm at.
You like 65 something?
Somewhere in that stratosphere. I don't know.
But I seen his Ableton do some stuff. I was like, yeah, please show somebody this. He showed it, and it went off.
Yeah. And then I stopped showing it.
Yeah. It's one of them things, though. It's hard to
bring
keep
it back, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. I thought about that the other day, but I was like, once I finish this pack, I'm going to get back to a few other things. But
yeah, man. So that's how I started. That's when the podcast came from that. And here we are.
Here we are. We've already left him on McDonald's joke.
How to mix a bass line and a kick. Very easily. Listen to your kick, and your bass line hits right under it. If they sound like they fighting each other, it's too loud.
You gotta cut something.
Yeah.
Low cut something. Or use sidechain compression.
There you go.
Yep.
Another great analogy by Triz. Hey, thank you.
Man, you the analogy, bro.
And analogy, bro. And I love the title that I just make cool stuff. I like that. That's my. Hey, I'm with it.
I always tell people that. I'm like, yeah, Triz provides the cool factor.
Hey, I like that.
You know what looks cool. You know,
I like that.
He's a cool guy, man. What can I say?
I appreciate that, man.
Hey,
that's all I want to be when I grew up. You know what I mean? Cool guy.
Listen, if you know anything like me, you partner with people that's cooler than you. I'm cool as hell. Triz is cooler than me. When it comes to certain shit, Triz is cooler than me, and that's the guys you want to be with.
Hey, that's a great compliment. Since this is the guy who's able and you can talk to and make a beat. I don't know much shit cooler than that, but I'll take it. Coasters. Ain't no coasters. No.
Coasters? You see these red plastic cups?
This is gangsterness right there.
Red plastic cups? What? You're lucky ain't no ping pong balls in this show. Playing beer pong.
Raiden has the hat on Mortal Kombat, right? But Kung Lao throws him, man. Kung Lao's the one, man.
Yeah.
Do you think handing out flash drives are more appropriate?
Yeah.
And I'm still weird about those too. I'm still on the fence.
Handing out.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, what's missing is the connection. I still don't know you. Right. Therefore, I still don't care about you. Mm-hmm. Therefore, what you're saying to me is, could you throw this away from me, please?
Or free flash drive.
Or free flash drive. That's the thing. You can give people stuff all day, and it could be dope stuff on it, but they don't care. If they don't care enough about you to listen to it, or to even remember that you gave it to them, that's the problem. You didn't make an impression on that person. You're trying to make an impression through the music, but you have to bridge that gap to make people want to listen to whatever you're handing out.
Exactly. It's more about the emotional than the actual product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like when you see those like commercials with the sad music, and it's like, for this amount of cents a day,
in the arms of an angel.
Yeah, and it makes you feel a certain kind of way.
Right. And
so some people go into that and they be like, all right, I'm gonna donate because of that, because I'm attached to this cause. Yeah. When I see a St. Jude's commercial, I'm like, all right, I need to help somehow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm attached to the cause. Anybody that I'm into, like Childish Gambino, I really love his album. I like him as a person, which makes me like his music more. You get what I'm saying?
Very much so.
You have to figure out what's your intro for people to like your music.
What I think people are confusing is they think if they increase the level of convenience to the listener, that will get more people to listen. Listen. No, it won't. Because just because you're not giving me a CD and you're giving me a flash drive, it's more convenient, but I still don't care about you. I still don't know who you are. Think about it. You could go to somebody's DM right now, send them a direct link to something they could download. They still won't download it. Right. It gets no more convenient than that.
Exactly.
But they don't care about you. They don't know you because you haven't given them a reason. What you've done was come with your hand out with a task for them to do. Get off of Instagram, go to SoundCloud, listen to all my stuff. Who are you again? You know what I mean? You just got to keep things into perspective.
And I mean, and it kind of goes back to when they was talking about the EDM and the mumble beats and stuff. Mm-hmm. Mumble rap for me is a bunch of kids who figured out how to be cool
without,
and they just happen to rap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're like the kids that people would have gravitated to in high school anyway, and they just rap. And so you buy into the rap. Like I was listening to Famous Dex on the way up here. You know who Famous Dex is?
No, I don't.
He's like signed to Rich the Kid, who's like. Mm-hmm. Rich the Kid is from the Migos, kind of. It's like a long. He's a very interesting guy, and he just screams his name all the time. He's like Dexter. That's the shit. He just screams his name.
Timmy.
Okay. Very much, very much like that. Now I don't like his music, but I understood why people like him. Because when you see him, he's interesting. His character is interesting, so you buy into him.
So you got the entertainment thing. People should be informed or entertained by
your
content.
Uzi Vert. Uzi's a rock star. That's why people like Uzi. It's not. That's why kids are chasing him around because that's the culture he put in there. Yo, I'm a rock star. When I run, y'all gonna chase me. He set that up. So now when you see him, that's what people do.
Wow.
There you go.
You know what? Mumble rap to me is like Wu-Tang Clan. Follow me on this.
Oh shit! Hot take.
Wu-Tang, named after kung fu movies. Know everything about the kung fu movies. Songs are about the kung fu movies. Skits are about the kung fu movies. None of them are really like kung fu guys, but they made martial arts look cool.
Right.
That's what mumble rap is. Like they're a bunch of kids that embraced hip hop culture, more so the cool aspect of it, and just being on a cool vibe. Under the guise of hip hop,
right?
You feel me? So it's not like it's like somebody in Wu-Tang like Method Man. I can't be called Method Man unless I get my black belt. Right. Like nah, it's just the vibe I'm going for.
Exactly.
That's how I look at mumble rap with actual hip hop. They're like, nah, I'm not trying to write amazing bars. That's not what we're about. Facts. We just embrace that culture. We're about the culture, not the technical part.
Facts. Rock battles. That is exactly it. Shout out to everybody because everybody's like, that's it. Rock battles. Rock battle. Yeah, rock battles definitely was it. What's y'all take on producer workshops and stuff like that? I want to go to one just to see what it's hitting on.
I've never been to any producer workshops, and we are setting one up. Mm-hmm. Something like that. But yeah, we're setting one up. But I've never been to a straight producer workshop. Like I've gone to things like iStandard things, where it's like a whole week of stuff. And it might be some classes here or there, but I've never been to like come here at 7 p.m.
Right.
Produce a workshop.
And I will say, I look at like stuff like that as like podcasts. Is it worth your time if you learn one thing that really helps you?
I believe so.
And that's how I look at it. I listen to a podcast and I might not learn shit for that whole hour, but he say one thing and I'm like, that's it.
Because that's going to spark that thing.
That's all I need. So that's what I think of those workshops. It's like, yo, sometimes you might not get nothing out of it. Sometimes you might get a bunch out of it. You know what I mean? But you're never going to know until you start going through it. And just being around different people will give you different vibes.
Very true.
Yeah, man. I'm never against learning something new, my brother. Would it be a great strategy?
You're nice at this.
As a producer, to do a mixtape of your own, but put different local rappers on your beats with your tag to gain a fan base?
Sure.
I actually think that's a very good
great idea.
Because when you think about producers, and even some that I'm trying to step into, when you think of Timbaland, you think about Ali, you think about you think about breaking artists.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like that's the true sign that you are arrived as a producer, is you break an artist.
Yeah, and that's the best way to get known and to have your sound showcased.
Facts.
Yeah.
So actually, Young Soul Music, great idea. Please do that. I encourage you to do that.
I did that before in Baltimore, and it worked. It worked tremendously. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I did it with just beat tapes, and then I did it with mixtapes with having local artists. And I ain't gonna lie, I put like hot chicks on the cover of the CDs that we burned and all that.
Facts.
And we'll just go to all the open mic joints like in DC and all that. Had a big duffel bag full of like CDs with scantily clad chicks on it, and I would just pass them out at the open mics with the number to the studio on it. And mad people used to just call me, and then they come to the studio and record and buy beats.
Facts. YouTube University. I have a PhD. I graduated magna cum laude.
Exactly. Working on a professorship.
Man, Getting my master's, YouTube University. I also take part-time classes at Skillshare University.
All right.
And Udemy University. Sometimes lynda.com.
Lynda.com.
Every once in a while. Yeah. Ableton is a whole nother language. I think it's just difficult for others to understand. They don't know where to start. To me, I do not get this part.
Me either. It's not. It's the same thing. But you know what? With plenty of people saying that, I think it's just something that we're not seeing, and it might be our responsibility.
Yeah, we might have this choice
to be a translator of sorts.
Because for me, with a DAW, even if I Studio One, right? I don't really have much experience with Studio One at all. All I need to know is how do you arm a track, how do you loop a track, and how do you record, and quantize, and I'm good. I can figure the rest out.
Yeah.
From there, I might have questions. I might stumble upon, against some stuff.
Right.
But for the most part, I can make a beat. Any DAW you give me, if you can show me them couple features, I'm good.
Well, my question too is: are people following along with videos? Like I get on YouTube, I go to class, my YouTube University.
Facts.
But I'll put the iPad right here or over here, and I'll get on the computer. I'll jump on whatever I'm on, and I'm following along with the class. Because man, people just what. I can't tell you how many consultations I have, and people. I'm like, well, did you look on YouTube? Yeah, I watched all the videos. I'm like, well, what'd you learn? I don't know. I gotta go back and watch them again. Like you follow along. That's how you grasp something. You follow along. The way you master something is to teach it to somebody else.
Facts.
That way you'll never forget it. But for the first part, follow along with a video. Do as they do when they do, and it'll stick with you a lot better.
And I think too, I think sometimes people don't break things into smaller pieces too, and that's the issue that I've had until recently. You know what I mean? If I'm in a new DAW and I'm looking at like I got to make a beat, no, you got to look at it like I just want to make a melody. How do I get to this point?
How do I load a VST?
Right. You just break it and make it simple for yourself, and then the simpler you make it for yourself, the easier you're gonna feel motivated to do more about it.
That's a great point. At a consultation recently, teaching somebody Ableton, first timer into it, and he's like, all right, boom, I got it open. What should I do? And I'm like, no, you got the question wrong. The question is, what do you want to do?
Facts.
Once you figure that out, then you know what you're looking for.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to read a manual. It's going to tell you pull in a MIDI instrument when you really want a vocal, an audio track. You know what I mean?
Right.
With every piece of equipment, since like way back in the day when I got my first piece of equipment, I don't care about what the manual says that it does. I know what I want to do. Once you learn the basics, how do I sample on here? How do I put it on the pad? Okay, what are the parameters of the pad? Okay, now I'm thinking about what I want to do.
Right. How could you use it?
Yeah. Not like, it's manual, tell me what you do. Because the chances are, this was written by somebody that's not cool.
Right.
And you don't even make the same type of music I make. You don't know nothing about the culture. I'm not going off that manual.
That's like when you see people, and no shade to nobody, please don't take it like I'm dissing them, but a lot of these people who teach tutorials on YouTube, their beats is hot garbage.
Very true.
Hot garbage juice.
Very true. It's trash.
They might know that. He said trash.
It's trash.
Recycling bin.
Yeah, all that. Out by the curb.
Man. But you have to look at stuff of how can I use it and what's my way, and not copy other people's stuff. And a lot of it is trial and error, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of you gonna make some whack beats. It's fine.
Well, especially when you're starting out, it should be expected.
Yeah.
It should be expected.
Man, I go in knowing I'm gonna make something weird. That's me. I make weird beats.
You don't make whack beats anymore. You make weird beats.
Yeah, I make but sometimes I purposely make weird beats just to get it out.
Right.
And then I learn the most stuff off of doing the weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, this sounds cool. I didn't know I could do that. Sometimes I use plugins you ain't supposed to use. I just hit buttons. But then when you get random stuff, you're like, oh, that's cool.
That's the best way to go about it. When I went live the other day and I'm making those 808s and stuff.
You was going to have.
Half of that stuff that I'm thinking about like on the fly, but I know Ableton.
Right.
And or like the way I use the crossfade on the mod wheel to A and B. Like, this is because I'm tired of like unarm this or mute this track and play this track. And I'm like, how can I do? Oh, it's a crossfade. Oh, let me map it. Oh, if I map the crossfade, put this on A to B and map it to the mod with A and B. See, but like you said, it's breaking it down into smaller steps. Because if you know what the crossfade is and you know what your problem is, you can reference something that you know, like, oh, this is an easy way to alleviate me muting and unmuting tracks, just A/B on the crossfade.
It's like that Will Smith thing. I don't know if you ever seen it. He's talking about his dad used to make him build a wall.
Yeah, with the bricks.
Yeah, and it's like he was like, how am I gonna do this? And he's like, yo, you lay each brick as good as possible. That's what your job is.
Yep.
And then eventually you'll have a wall.
Makes
so
sense.
when I'm making a beat, I try to make my kick pattern as dope as possible. And when I'm doing kicks, that's all I'm worried about is my kick pattern.
Yeah.
Then when I get to my snare, okay, how do I make my snare pattern interesting?
Nice.
My hi-hats, what's gonna make this stand out? Melody,
Nice.
and that's my goal.
I like
each
that.
part.
I do that with sound design,
Mm-hmm.
but that's super dope. And yeah, just it's like laying. I'm about to say like Dante say, lay the 5 bricks. That's total different.
Yeah.
Total different thing. But
Don't put them on Dante.
that's
a whole.
We ain't going to the Dante, but yeah.
Watch, this gonna be a question. What's Dante?
We gotta go in there. That's a whole other. I like talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's not what this podcast is.
Yeah, that goes in a whole different.
I talked to Tim for like 4 hours one night in the studio. Cause he's like, I didn't know you knew all this stuff. I'm like,
Damn right.
yeah, I got a PhD.
YouTube University. Shout out to iTunes High School podcast.